So let's go over what's included in the APD application. Once you have your business set up, it is now time for you to reach out to APD and say, hey, I'm interested in becoming a provider. Now, they do this online now. So when I started, it was like, you started by sending an email. Now there's an online link. So you want to go to APD's website. There should be a provider tab, and maybe it says become a provider, provider enrollment. Look for those titles, and it will give you some instructions. I think the first thing you do is reach out, like first identify the region that you're in. There's a little map on that page. And once you know the region that you're in, it's going to give you the phone number and email for the person you need to contact in that region to be enrolled. You want to reach out to them and say, hey, I'm interested in becoming an APD provider. Please let me know next steps. They will provide you a template for something called a letter of intent, which is basically you writing a letter saying, hey, I would like to apply to become an APD provider. Please send me the application. And if I can find a copy of what the letter of intent was for me, we'll post this here. Once you send that letter of intent, they will send you back a checklist and instructions for how to apply. They are now doing the application fully digital on iConnect. So you will have to, one, get registered with iConnect. Two, they will also get you set up with the federal background portal so that you are able to confirm your identity and complete your federal background check. They will send you a checklist of all the different documents that they need you to submit with your application. They will also send you details about required trainings that you'll need to take and proof of that training being completed, being submitted with that application. We'll put the checklist here so you can see that. As far as the trainings, you'll have something called zero tolerance. It's basically like, we don't play that shit. Don't abuse nobody. That's what zero tolerance is. And you must complete this, as well as any of your employees in the future. They have to complete this before they're ever able to make contact with a resident. There's direct core competencies. I'm going to put right here what that class is about because I can't tell you off the top of my head. You'll have to take HIPAA, which is basically like privacy for any resident medical information, personal information. You'll have to take a 30-minute training on HIV AIDS. And what else is there? Yeah, zero tolerance, direct core, HIPAA. There's something called for all providers. I don't remember what that's about, but right there, we'll put a blurb. And it's probably maybe, I'll say zero tolerance is like 4 hours. Direct core is probably 2 hours. HIPAA's 30 minutes. HIV AIDS is 30 minutes. If you wanted to, you could sit down and knock all of these out in a day. But definitely over the course of a couple of days, you should be able to complete these trainings. Each training has like, a check your knowledge little quiz throughout. And at the end, there's going to be an assessment that you have to take to get the certificate saying that you completed it. And you will submit to APD your certificate of completion as well as a copy of the full transcript. All of these trainings will happen on train.org. So they'll give you details about creating an account there and how to set up your profile so you can get access to the APD trainings. Let's see what else is on this list.
Difference between an agency and
Oh, yeah, you can license yourself two ways. So if you don't want to go the business route, you can license as a solo provider. And that would be, the license would be in your personal name. And generally, solo providers are choosing to provide services as themselves in their own home. But anyways, you can be a solo provider and you can render services to individuals that you bring into your home to care for, or you can register yourself as an agency, allowing you to go into other group homes and provide services, or then as a second step, licensing your own home. Yeah, and all of this preliminary application stuff, you don't need to have a home to do that. So don't let not having a home hinder you. If you know this is something you want to do, your first step is get your initial license, which is the provider license, because the home license is a separate application and process altogether. And if you don't have the money up front to be able to start right away with having your own group home, is a great, starting as an agency and providing services to individuals in their homes or in other group homes is a great way to start, build up the income, and then move forward with licensing a home later. Once you have your APD application, before you can submit your APD application, you have to get a Medicaid ID number. That is a separate process and separate application that you're going to go through with Medicaid via their Medicaid portal. So once you submit your letter of intent, they will give you all of your application documents and you can work through collecting those. But at the same time, you also need to go on to Medicaid and apply for a Medicaid ID number. Once you receive that, you'll be able to submit your entire application to APD for review.